What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. Hope you had a good weekend. In today's video, we are back with Musume, and here we are in day 3 of the League of Heroes. Yeah, we should be only in day 3 because Friday, Saturday. So yeah, it should be day 3. But as you can see, we made it to Silver 3. We should be able to make it at least Gold 1. I don't think we should be able to make it a Gold 2. Yeah, Gold 2 is a whole... Or maybe if we do better, if we do better than what I'm thinking, but we should be able to make it a Gold 1 at the very least. So with that being said, we are just going to be pretty much going to be doing the League of Heroes as the races are going. I'm going to go over the comments. So before we do jump into the League of Heroes races and the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, let us get the races started. As the comments, we are getting started or loaded up. It's like there is a good amount from what it seems like. I'm still scrolling. Here we are. So the first batch of comments are going to be from Nova. First one says, wait, let me make sure this is the first one. Okay, refresh. Show me everything. Yeah, the first one is going to be from Nova. Just making sure. Just making sure. And the first one says, burrito lunch. What kind of burrito? Go to carne asada, pastor, lengua. What kind? My go-to is al pastor. If just to randomly just say it out there. Next comment says, who the hell is Air Messiah? Don't blame you for forgetting, but I'm pretty sure she was released while you were sometime before your trip, so I actually don't know when, but I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, she was released like mid-November. But I believe no one pulled for her. Okay, why is the heck the game is being low? Okay, I fixed it. We're okay. But yeah, Air Messiah was released in November, mid-November. I pull for whoever my wallet allows. Still, I can skip a fire stun, I think. It's Kaleda if I need one. True. I mean, I do have Kaleda, but I think, yeah, if I do need a fire stun, I'll build Kaleda, but I'll still try to pull for Jafufu. Since I did also pass up on Lighter, which is also another fire stun. But it is what it is. Of all the gacha that I do care about the story the most is the GFL franchise. The least that I care about is Uma. I forgot there's a story at all. Well, if we're talking about the story in the game, then yeah, I don't really necessarily care about Uma's because I can't read it, obviously. Well, I read it in the global side. Most, it's like at least 80 to 90% that I won't. I'll be honest. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It all depends on how I feel, I guess. I guess next month, since it is next month, right? Yeah, pretty much exactly a month. It's June 26th, I think. I guess we'll wait till then. But story-wise, well, I guess I've already pretty much stories that I paid attention to. Obviously, the Hoyo games. Woo, Snowbreak. Girls Front Line. As of right now, not Heaven Burns Red. Not Heaven Burns Red. I'm gonna go back to the story. If anything. Only because I had to play catch up. But I'm still trying to play catch up. So, yeah. Actually, I don't even know when the collab ends. See if I could see it in the launcher. Please don't just pop up in the screen. Nope, it does not show me in the launcher. It's okay, I'll check it later. Hey, get that loaded. With 100 lines without spoiling much, it's basically Steins Gate on steroids. Ooh. You still have similar fights, but the scenarios and interactions are very different for each ending. They even have harem endings and cult endings. This one was very effed up. The prologue sets up the premise for the entire game and basically sets up your decision making. The crux of the game is basically your decision making, and you have tons and tons of decision making or decisions to make that will branch you off to very different routes. I do enjoy me a decision making game, even multiple ending games. So, I mean, a lot of horror games or indie horror games also do have multiple endings. Some are decision making, and I did pretty much enjoy those a lot. So, sounds right up my alley. On a flat plains, how can you have shape, Eugen? I'm gonna let Eugen answer that question himself. My Tololo is probably maxed at this point, but I'm glad I got Yuhi's weapon and costume. She hot. I'm not surprised. That's all I gotta say. My Tololo should be. I think I only have two. I'm gonna guess at most 3 dupes in her. At most. I think second would be, or equal would be Chongju. I think. I think. Next one says, I'm not salty with holes in Wowa anymore. I can swipe to make things happen. I am popping off. Still, I'll admit that my luck has been decreasing across the board. Guess I'm a swiping mustard now. No lucky mustard here. I mean, I've called you a swiping mustard. It's a while back. So this isn't any new news for me. Three houses were great for the time skip. I think I got attached to Leonie since I use her in every campaign. The Crimson Route was epic and Edelgard did nothing wrong. I do like Edelgard. Freak, what was their naming? A lot of their names. So many characters. There was Bernadette. Shoot. Who was the ones? Dang, I forgot their names. Forgot their names. It's been so long. It's been so long. Let's see, let's see. Who did I... Was Leonie? Who was Leonie? Was that the one with the orange hair, I think? I'm not too sure. How many tickets we're in? We're 3 tickets in. Once I start this one, I'll just start using this. No, that's not her. That's not her. Okay, I think that is orange. But I do see a picture of her. I don't think I had... No, Leonie I did not have or got attached to her. For me, I think the ones that I kept going back over was Lysithia, I think Hilda, I think depending on, forgot who I would usually bring, but I think for sure those two. Bernadetta for, I think I built her as archer on a horse. um yeah, for me to remember how I play would be difficult, but all I will say I did. Ooh, I'm pretty tempted. I might do another run just for the funs of it. Just for the funs of it. It's been a long time, so wouldn't mind. But since I can't even find time to play any newer games. It's gonna be a hard timing to find, but oh well. Next comment. I almost forgot to pre-register for Zenless 2.0. I did that. I'm not so used to website events and stuff. I heard the anniversary rewards are pretty generous and no drama so far, which is a rare W. The title of the next chapter is Head to Wayfi Peninsula or something like that, but I read that as waifu. It's such a shame. I don't need more dudes. You know what's funny? While I was checking out the live stream just to see what was gonna happen 2.0, I read that as a waifu also, and then I would say that after seeing the name a couple more times, I was like, wait, that doesn't say waifu. I just let it go the first couple times I read it, and then next thing I was like, wait, that doesn't say waifu. I think you're right with the waifu. I'm not too sure what it's called, to be honest. But for the most part, from what it seems, the first 2.0 patches, all females if you're worried about that. I don't know about future banners, but we'll wait as we go. We'll see as we go. It is next week already, so we'll figure out what 2.0 is, and pretty soon by then, we'll figure out what 2.1 is. But no, I think the rewards are pretty generous. They're giving us both weapon and both standard weapon and agent of your choice, I assume, from what I read, if I read correctly. Who would I pick? I mean, I think I would just pick Rena, to be honest. Because out of all of them, she seems like she would probably get the most use. I don't think I'll build Nekomata completely until, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I'll just most likely get a physical unit in the future. Lycon, haven't built him since I got him. Same with Grace, because I have Yanagi. Soldier 11 is kind of hard to justify building her with Evelyn. But of course, I could just randomly just build all the S rank characters for fun. If I wanted to. Who else? Am I missing someone else? Kaleda. But if I end up getting Jafufu, then Kaleda will definitely have no reason. And I think that's it. If I forget someone, oh well. Yeah, oh well. I think that's it though. So yeah, I don't see myself building the other or getting a dupe of the other S rank characters besides Rena. So I think Rena is at least, I guess depending on the situation, the most useful. Because obviously for people who doesn't like Eugen, who has Soldier 11 for his fire DPS, that could be more valuable to him. But to me, it would be Rena out of all the standards, I guess. So I guess I'll just give it a Rena or get Rena dupes. Collab drinks, eh? Yeah, this goes back to our differences. Like, I have no interest in getting real life stuff related to but if it's anything digital, then heck yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's just drinks, so I really have nothing to really complain about. The drinks were fairly good. Well, I've had 2 of the 3. I'll be trying the last one. Uh, well, no, by now I've already tried the last one. By the time this video's been out, I will say they were all good. They were all good. And my only other reasoning for doing it is I don't normally eat out, so, or go out get some food. So I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it because since I rarely do buy food from like fast food and all that, I didn't see anything wrong with getting drinks. But if we're talking about other stuff, obviously I'd be more selective, but since they're just drinks and I don't normally pay for fast food or anything, mostly food related outside, unless it's buying groceries and all that, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Digital, I mean, I'm already buying skins. I already said skins was like pretty much the only thing. unless I'm having like one of those characters for some odd reason. One of those characters, like it's got to be that character, where I'm just like, if I don't get her with what I have, I might actually do that. Will that ever happen? We'll see. We'll see as time goes on. But no, I can't justify like, I don't know, like digital artwork or anything like that. Like buying it and everything. Because essentially it's like buying wallpapers and all that. To me at least, if it's like digital. But if it's like gacha related, it's a little bit more understandable. But if it's like digital wallpapers or essentially you're just buying photos and all that, no, I'm good. Obviously, I'm not counting video games because that's like, I love video games, so that's a whole different thing. Music, digital, obviously, but physical is just generally between just, it's just a hobby, I guess. Hobby of mine. Can't help it. Can't help it. But there are two more comments from Nova. And these ones are quite long, especially the second to last one. Describing... I'm gonna just go over it. After 5 Rixina runs, I went from UD5 to UC3. I'm getting the hang of the scenario with trying out 2 speed, 2 stand, 1 in group card setup. Yeah, that is pretty much the setup it's more the medium distance setup at least. Or the medium long distance setup. I could say for sure now that this group card might be considered a must pull, all things considered. The mitigation of RNG is really important in this scenario, since you can go from bad to worse within a few rounds of training. So maybe wailing out and getting lucky with maxing out the group card was a blessing in disguise. Well, with you at least playing the scenario, I could say it's at least getting its use. Although I can see why Noki said some people did complain about the scenario being one of their most hated ones. Interesting. If the high Seiko route is considered easy and consistent, then I don't even want to know what kind of BS you can encounter if you try the other route. I would say green, from the times I tried it, like the first week or so, and then the random moments where I didn't end up getting the green. Or I guess speed symbol is right. For that one, I feel like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know which one I described high risk, high reward. I don't know if that was the green, the symbol one, or the senti one. That was a while back, like 2 months ago, when it was still like a few weeks old, or like a month and a half ago. I don't know. But there is a big difference I've seen results wise when it came from obviously the speed, the green to the pink, however you want to call it. Oh, we did make it a goal too. Nice. And we are done with the 5 tickets, so I guess we'll just chill while I finish up with the comments. But we did end up going all the way to goal 2 with all 5 tickets, so neat. Neat. So I guess with that being said, guys, I'm just going to continue on with the comments, and then from there we'll end the video. But yeah, from what I noticed, the pink route was definitely the most consistent out of all of them to get like higher results, I guess. Even the snap decision itself requires more than just basic motor functions. The RNG involved in that is also something that would drive me crazy. Moreover, I have never thought about timing dates in these scenarios, but this is so not the case for this one. There are times when date comes in clutch because even though your stamina is at max, you had RNG leading you away from any pink training. So the only remedy to that was just to go on a date. Did I do that? Have I done that? I don't think I've ever gone on a date with max stamina unless it was like the very last one towards the end. Because usually I miss time. Sometimes once in a while I do miss time it where I will still have one date left. And I'm like the last two, three turns. For the most part, I would have all the dates done by then. Or I really try to go for the pink. Really try. With speed, it's not an issue if you focus a lot on it, but I realize that the other stats gets neglected as a result. I did notice that as well. Not only in this scenario for some reason. So I think the 2 stamp 2 speed will cover the guts and power to a degree. The end part is kind of off a little since it's not like I get a rainbow for it every single time. Besides, the overall training duration for the scenario is just shorter. And that's what makes it harder. Without the 3 Ura final rounds, it feels like everything is a scramble for stats right after the end of Summer Part 2. Or presumably you will have to rest one turn regardless. This scenario is not easy, to say the least. I think the whole learning, like getting the idea of it is easy, but because of the whole RNG factors with the stamps and all that, it makes it difficult, I would say. I would say that's the reason why I felt like I've had some decent runs, few good runs. So I guess you could say I did pretty well in the beginning with the UCs, at least, that I was able to train for the medium distance CMs, and then kind of, what was the long distance CM? I think it was the long distance one actually. And then with the League of Heroes, we kind of had would you say a setback? I don't think it's not really much of a setback. It's just, I don't know. But I don't really, like I said, I don't really have any complaints usually for these scenarios. I don't really have complained much about Pretty Derby at all, or most gacha games in general. If I have something to complain about, usually it's something minor and not big like all these people making their complaints known, or they're just complaining about things that I don't care about, or it doesn't bother me. So yeah, but I do agree with the final 3 or final rounds being taken away. Does take away 3 potential good rounds of training, but at the same time they also, although it is RNG, but depending on our RNG, getting some trainings or some turns throughout the training itself because of the stamps does cover it a little bit, or cover it a lot. So I guess it just depends on your training RNG. And then lastly, this GFL event is structured yet again weirdly. I won't comment on the release order of the dolls since it's all messed up. I wanted Lena since day one, and now I have to wait until her eventual release with Leva, with the event itself. I was confused, like I was missing something with the story when I was advanced through the stages normally. Then I saw the neural recollection part. It's kind of weird to me as to why they feel the need to change the structure of this. I didn't hear anyone in particular complaining about integrating the story with battle maps. Regardless, it's still cool to see Nagan and Casnia make an appearance here. By the way, they refer to Yuhi as K2. It seems that their neural cloud memory is intact. Moisen is just looks like the older sister of Nagan, and yet I can see why Moisen Nagan. Well, yeah, they do look similar, very similar. It's just one looks older and one obviously doesn't look older. With that being said, that is all the comments from Nova. Let's go and look at the next one. And it should be from Rick. Now that I think about it, I forgot to mention I did play the first Fire Emblem game. I think it's called Shadow Dragon. I got it on the Switch. The very first Fire Emblem. Was it called Shadow Dragon? I don't remember. It is Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. Dang, seeing pictures of these. Such a throwback. Yeah. I did enjoy playing these Fire Emblem games. I don't think I ever played the first one. Because I haven't even played any of the old games on the Switch. Like the retro games. I haven't played it on the Switch. I haven't paid for it. Also. I don't remember the first Fire Emblem I played. But I remember like playing Fire Emblem Golden Sun, I believe, was the other game I played. And all that. Anyways, I think there's another comment from Rick. Oh, and there's we have quite some people on Discord that joined the last month or two, I think, but I feel like most of them don't type on Discord. I think that's quite normal for most communities, depending on the community. Do you think some of them will start chatting once Global comes out? Probably. Probably. Also, I like the chill vibe on the Uma videos, but I think a lot of people don't want to watch long videos. Team Gimlet recently got a boom in subscribers since we got the release date. Hopefully you also get a boom in popularity to get that YouTube money to become a whale in Uma. Even if I did get YouTube money, I don't think I would whale in Uma, to be quite honest. I don't think I would. I think the other games would, like the Hoyo games and Wua. But if I were to whale, it would probably just most likely be for characters I want and the cards I want, for the most part. But playing 4 years of Uma, or a little over 4 years of Uma, without really needing to whale, I think I'm fine. But it would definitely make the training, I mean, the results of the training would most obviously be better if I had all the support cards and all that. But it's not really an issue to me. Not really thinking about that. As for the reasoning for the long videos, I mean, if it wasn't obvious, it's because I go over comments. Because I could easily make these videos 20 to 30 minutes long if I will go back to how it was before I started going over the comments. And it would just basically be, just imagine intro outro is the same, training scenario. Well, I pretty much showed a glimpse of it where I just went over the comments again while the training video is pretty much sped up, I think, in the back. But yeah, the reason why is with the comments growing, I ended up just having the whole training run in the background as I train while going over the comments. And that's the reason why essentially the videos have been equal to how long a normal training would be. If I didn't go over said comments, well then we're looking at 20 minute videos, possibly shorter. Let's say if a normal training was like 30 to 40 something minutes, and we're looking at like 15 to 20 something minutes. So essentially the added time is because of the comments. So yeah. But also I've mentioned this many times. The main focus of, I don't really necessarily have my main focus on Uma. It's just the game that I did start off, or the gacha game I did start off posting pretty much daily in the before, but then decided to do it 5 days a week. Because I do want to play a variety of games, which I try to. So I added Zenless, Ua, then here and there I'll add some random games that are not gacha games into the mix. But since time has been pretty much the only issue, Uma has been the reliable, along with Zenless and Ua. They've been reliable as well for myself to be able to get the videos out there. If it was to be like me recording the game that Nova's playing, that requires hours, I don't think I would be able to get a lot done, to be quite honest. So there you go. Nova responded saying Global is going to create a wave of tryhards that Eugen probably won't like. I don't think Eugen would focus on Global anyway, so I don't think he'd care. But it seems like even the little things he seems to express some good amount of dislike towards. So I don't know. This is just like when Taiwan server came out and everyone was hoarding rocks and just doing parent trainings until the good cards come out. You know, sometimes Big Future Side takes the fun out of games. I think that's why some global server games, or I don't know if it's most, but I would just say some, mix up the release dates from like the original to global. And then Rick responded saying, yeah, I guess a lot of people were saving for Kitasan Black Speed Card, for example. I play PGR, I'm guessing Punishing Grey Raven, and we were like a year behind out, but they implemented multiple patches at a time. We were almost up to date with the Chinese version. Tanoki says, reality is that most people in any community are lurkers. That is very true. And then Nova responded to Rick, depends if they do accelerate, but really any form of acceleration would kind of ruin the free-to-play experience. And Tanoki says, depends on how the acceleration goes. If the current income is accelerated, that shouldn't be an issue. True. Besides, JP before 4 months per scenario had some leeway. 6 months per scenario is preferable. But the acceleration of scenarios didn't kill the free-to-play experience. I wouldn't say so either. It still, for the most part, still feels similar. Just scenarios come by quicker. And then Noah responded to Tanoki saying, assuming that they can easily get away with not increasing the Umarock's income, I'm pretty sure a lot of other global gachas like Blue Archive and Reverse 1999 basically shafted players by decreasing the amount of rocks per patch. These gachas are only 1 year behind their Asian counterparts. Now with Uma, that's 4.5 times worse. So I'm not going to give CG the benefit of the doubt here because it's such an easy opportunity to milk global players. I think with CG being 4.5 years behind, I just don't know. I just don't know what route they're gonna take. Will it be accelerated? Will it be the same? Or the first, what, 3 years was 6 months and then go 4 months? Or will they start off with 4 months? Because I like, even like I said, even if they do start off with 4 months each, they're still not gonna catch up to JP regardless. Because as long as JP is going 4 months every time, then I don't know if you guys were able to hear that or if my mic picked that up. But I just heard one loud boom. That's hence I was looking out. Not out the window, but towards the direction of my window. That was fairly loud. But with global being 4.5 years behind, I have like they know I feel like they know a lot of people. There's a lot of global players that are waiting for that have been waiting for this. So they may or may not take advantage. Which this is why I don't really care for global. I just don't know. Like I'll care for it in the sense of where it'll be very. I'll be playing it probably at least like once a day. It'll literally be I'm gonna train once in this and only pull when I want to pull. And I think I said one video a week for it. So we'll see. We'll see in a month's time how I approach global UMA. We'll see. I don't know how it's gonna start. I don't know what the route is or their intention. Is it accelerated? Is it the same? If it's the same, then it's pretty much me playing the same game all over again. Just in the English language, most likely. So we'll see. But other than that, thank you, Rick, for all the comments. And Nova and Tanogi for replying. Next comment is from Eugen. And the first one says, boo. Nova first comment. Lunchtime in a bit. And then Nova says, I win. Last comment from Eugen says, since it's day one for League of Heroes, I'll train Uma for this League of Heroes since it's the weekend I have available time to do so. And the event factor just ended, which I was not able to utilize that much. And then Nova says, I'm using Umas from the last Dirt League of Heroes, I think. It's going to be interesting. Well, good luck with that. Well, other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comments and Nova for replying. And lastly, we do have comments from Anoki and Michelle. How many are there? Two? I think there's two. So the first one says, side games makes it really hard to start making CM training now because they love dropping mandatory cards weeks before the CM itself. I'm just slowly doing some test runs on Uma. Triple speed build actually does well so far, but might still opt for Power Buena Borrow. Triple speed. I never tried the triple speed. I don't know. For me, I mean, would they release a card? Maybe. I mean, depends on, I guess, the June Bride cards, I guess. That or whatever, but I think maybe since, I don't know, maybe since Golden Week was like a month ago, they probably won't. And they'll just wait until the server scenario change, maybe. At least that's what I'm thinking. I just went back to the 2 speed, 2 stamina, and group card build. I'll only go I'll only go back to the power or guts build if it's, I guess, mile distance or lower or shorter. And then Noah responded saying 2 int might be pretty fun to do. I can get away with that now since I have both Tact and Rudolph int. Well, technically I could try that out with, as long as it's a mild medium and I'm using a chaser. Or if I decide to borrow an int card, then I guess maybe. And then lastly, by the way, the check skill on leader betweener is mandatory for June's CM. Also, setting aside your own parent since you don't parent train. Yes, I don't. Mech Biwa is an okay rental if your own parent was an XL. Since it's Donna, though, you probably want to borrow OG Marzensky. We'll just see what my options are. We'll just see what my options are when I look at said parents, but for the most part, I'll just roll with what I have. But it is interesting though, because I do remember you mentioning that parents do seem like they're starting to matter, or like parent skill or whatever you mentioned before. I'll try. I'll try, but we'll just see what happens in the future, with future builds. But for now, let's just worry about the League of Heroes for now, as we have a few more days of it. 6-1. Well, I think 6-1 is when the whole thing ends. So I think the final day. When is the final day? I'll take a look at that first, and then we'll end the video because that's pretty much the last comment. So bright. So bright. Here it is. League of Heroes. So main stage ends on the 30th, so the 29th. Yeah, so it seems like the main stage ends Thursday night. So Wednesday, I'm just saying this from my end. Wednesday night for me should be the final day of the main stage of the League of Heroes. So Thursday should be the final day video for League of Heroes, and then Friday. Oh, no, Friday should be the banner. Right? Friday should be the banner. So I think Friday's video should be the banner overview. So I don't think we'll get a training run out this week. But anyways, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for all the comments. Thank you, Nova, Eugen, Tanoki, and Rick for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. We did make it a gold 2. I did say gold 3 at the very least, but we did barely, right? Barely make it a gold 2. Yeah. Which is fine, because I think this is normal. I think this is normal. So in tomorrow's video, we'll just pretty much do the same thing. See how far we go with 5 tickets, if we do well or not, while going over the comments. And yeah, So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I don't know if I said it, but if you guys didn't make it this far, I want to say thank you. If you guys can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing so far in the League of Heroes, how you guys' weekend went, and if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, leave it down in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, or yeah, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, the link is down in the description down below. Or yes. But also back to the comments, if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comments. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, there's a channel called Circle Quests in said server. It's called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It's called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I don't know if I had time to actually, because I know to the time of me recording this video, I didn't have time to record the Chacona video. So if I don't have it up later today, then it'll be up tomorrow. Just thought I'd mention that just in case I didn't mention it earlier, which I feel like I didn't. Because I know I didn't mention it in the Shield defense video that should be getting released later today. Because I was under the impression I was going to find time to record the Chacona, but I didn't. So yeah, if I don't end up posting it today, I'll most likely post it tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. It's fine. But once again, thank you again for all the comments. And if you guys didn't make it this far, thank you again. But like always, this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.